Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Justice. Justice comes from an English vocabulary word which is really more of a concept than something with a definitive meaning. People have varying ideas of justice, but for the most part justice is a collective theory revolving around how people are treated and how decisions are made in the interest of fairness and good reason. Aristotle said the virtue of justice consists in moderation, as regulated by wisdom. It has to do with doing what is right within the codes of ethics, laws, morals, religion, reason, and/or equity. As a name, justice is actually the transferred use of an English surname originating from an occupation name. The word was borrowed from the Old French justice, form Latin justus, meaning just, fair, and signified a judge or an officer of justice whose responsibility it was to determine fair outcomes of situations in Old England. Justice is also a virtue name and one of the 4 cardinal virtues, the others being prudence, temperance, and fortitude. Justice is the point between selflessness and selfishness. As the great philosopher Plato once said, knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom. Justice is critical to civilized human behavior. As a given name, justice is bestowed upon both males and females. Personality of the girl named Justice. Romance is the hallmark of the 6 personality. They exude nurturing, loving, and caring energy. 6s are in love with the idea of love in its idealized form, and with their magnetic personalities, they easily draw people toward them. Like the number 2 personality, they seek balance and harmony in their life and the world at large. They are conscientious and service-oriented, and a champion for the underdog. These personalities naturally attract money and are usually surrounded by lovely material objects, but their human relationships are always primary. They thrive in giving back to others rather than being motivated by their own desires. This is when they achieve great things. 6s are natural teachers, ministers, and counselors. Popularity of the girl named Justice. Justice is not as popular for girls as it is for boys, but since justice should demonstrate gender equality, we find this fact quite fitting. The name works well for both girls and boys. As a virtue name, justice carries some religious importance, but for society at large, justice is a critical component to civilization. It's a concept that's been debated by the great Greek philosophers centuries before Christ. As a female name, it's a little more tomboy sexy than the traditional virtue names of hope, faith, and charity. Quick facts on justice. Gender, girl. Origin, English. Number of syllables, 2. Ranking popularity, 435. Pronunciation, justis. Simple meaning, judge, fairness, good reason. Characteristics of justice. Sensitive, community-minded, humanitarian, family-oriented, compassionate, loving, affectionate. Cultural references to the baby name, Justice. Popular songs on justice. A song by Travis Tritt, Southern Justice, a song by Bananarama, a song by Jackson Browne, The Word Justice, Rough Justice, Justice Tonight / Kick It Over, a song by Sting, Justice, a song by Ziggy Marley, a song by Sonic Youth, a song by The Clash, Love is Stronger Than Justice, Justice is Might.